Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to pick up clipless and my wife trying it out for the very first time. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Gadgets with Alan. Today I'm going to share with you my wife's very first experience on the clipless. But before that, I'm going to share with you some important information about going clipless. There are mainly two types of clipless pedal and shoes. They are namely the mountain bike clipless and the road bike clipless. For road bike clipless, the cleats at the bottom of the shoes are usually larger in size, but walking in them could be a challenge because imagine yourself wearing a high heel in reverse and walking like a duck. For a mountain bike clipless, the cleats is usually smaller and flush with the sole within a recess, so making the sole thicker and the shoes heavier. You don't have to match the type of shoes to the type of bike you are riding. Perfectly alright to use a mountain bike clipless on a road bike. The choice is entirely up to your comfortable level and your preferences. When practicing clipless for the very first time, it's not advisable to go on the road on the pavement. It would be preferred to be in a stationary position, ideally on a trainer. And since we do not own a trainer, we use something like a park bench to stabilize ourselves on one side when we try to clip on the other side. Or you can get someone to help you hold on to the bike while you try on the clipless. Going for the clipless on the first attempt, I would recommend going somewhere with soft ground, preferably in a park with soil and grass. In this way, if you do fall, the impact will be soft and harmless. But if you have to go onto the pavement, a knee pad or elbow pad would help too. If you are new to my channel or haven't watched the video on how to mount and dismount a high saddle, I would recommend that you watch that first before. To clip in, the usual way is either slide your feet into the pedal or step on it, depending on the type of clipless that you get. It would be best that if you can unclip it in one swift motion for the very first attempt, because if you fail on your unclipping, it might throw you off your balance. Clip in on one pedal on first foot and push the bike forward with the second foot. Sit onto the saddle and place the second foot onto the pedal without clipping in right away. Pedal like you normally would on the regular pedal. Clip in the second foot at the top of the pedal rotation. Most beginners will feel a great sense of uncertainty that is totally understandable because you feel that you have lost the control of your feet and you have convinced yourself that you will definitely not be able to unclip when you need to. But trust me, getting off the bike and unclipping is a lot easier than you think. It just requires a lot of practice and focus. If you have watched my video on mounting and dismounting the high saddle, you will find that the steps are exactly the same except for the ankle twisting part where you unclip before getting the foot off the pedal. So instead of stand up and leg off the pedal, you now unclip, stand up, then foot off the pedal. It's simply adding one step into your workflow. So there's some pointers that will help to boost your confidence when going clipless. When the bike is moving, always clip in and clip out at the foot that is at the top of the pedal rotation. Reason being, the foot that is at the bottom of the pedal rotation is often where you rest your body weight on and the pivot of your balancing. If you try to shift that leg at the bottom of the pedal, your body weight will shift and usually your balance goes with it. And this usually results in the bike tipping to one side with both your feet still clipped in at the pedal. When you're unclipping and lowering down your foot preparing for a stop, it's always good to tilt your bike or lean towards the side where your foot was unclipped. In situations where there's some unforeseen circumstances happening in front of you while you're doing that and cause you to lose your balance, you may fumble and your body overcompensate on the balancing and tilt to the side that your foot is too clipped into the pedal, and it could result in the fall falling on that side of the bike. In situations where you fail to unclip, do not panic. There's two ways of how you can regain your balance. First of all, you can level your pedal on both sides in the 3 and 9 o'clock position and let the bike glide forward while you try to regain your balance. The other way would be simply continue pedaling and not trying to stop. That is the easiest way to regain your balance. In a situation where you have to make an emergency hard stop, or when you fail to unclip and you lose your balance and the fall is inevitable, do not attempt to break the force with any part of your body like your knees, elbow and wrist. That will cause awful cuts and bruises, and in worst case even bone and joint fractures. Again, all these tips is based on my personal experience, so use it in however way that makes you feel comfortable and confident. Confidence is the key, so practice as much as possible before you feel comfortable going on the road or any place where you might need to brake and stop abruptly, because that's the time when you need to always remember to unclip your foot before you stop. So I hope it addressed the concerns and issues you might have when you're trying to go clipless. Do feel free to ask as much as you can in the comments below if you have any queries. And if you would prefer a face-to-face personal guidance on it, I would be open up to that as long as I'm free and convenient to arrange a meetup for that to happen. So that's all I have for you today. If you find this information helpful in any way, do click like and share the video. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!